Boko, you sure that black chocobo's part of it? Those chocobos have been worked to the bone. You're right about one thing. We have got to set them free!
Hey, Master! Did you hear that? That young man is going to save the chocobos! Come on! Hold on a minute. That chocobo is Hyperion! What is he doing here in Grimoire?
Hey, Beaky! What do you want with all these chocobos?
Nevermore Gaming 7 is now live.
You know,
Streaming World of Final Fantasy, Road to Affiliate World of Final Fantasy, no commentary.
That made a name for himself at a place called the Gold Saucer.
Wow, I love amusement.
Got this.
All right.
Good job.
Phew! We did it, Boko. But I don't get it. What was that Chocobo's problem? Okay, guys. You're free to go. Oh, who are you?
Chocobocolina! Oh, I'm just a regular old passerby. Plain as they come. I have to say, you are really something. It takes one tough hombre to handle Hyperion.
And I suppose Hyperion must be that black Chocobo from before? I tell ya, that thing was more behemoth than Chocobo. And it's not often that Boko gets openly hostile toward anything. Oh, and by Boko, I mean this fella. I'm Bartz, and you are?
My name is Chocolate. I can see Boko is very smart. That, and he seems to have the same keen senses as my master.
Master?
Say, Bartz, if you're planning a long journey, why don't you visit my shop before you go? I carry just the kind of items an enterprising adventurer needs. And I want to ask you more about those chocobos, too.
Wow. You should have said that you run your own shop. Sure, we'll take you up on the offer. Right, Boko?
Oh, perfect! Right this way! Chocoboko Ching! So, I meant to ask, why are you able to understand what Boko says?
Me and Boko just have a special connection.
What now? Who's... What now? Goodbye.
So, welcome to the... Chocoboco...
Hey, you know that really big Mirage we have? Why is it so huge?
It's more than the huge, it's mega. Here.
Can we even use something that big in our stacks?
Well, I wouldn't recommend stacking it on top of you. Not unless you want to get squished the flat.
Ooh, ouch. We don't want that. But we could stack on top of them, right?
You surely can, but you'll need to use both your powers in battle if you want to summon forth a Mega Mirage. Maybe you've already given it a try, but still, don't be afraid to add Mega Mirages to your lineup and test them out in battle.
Sounds good. I'm the kind of guy that learns best in the heat of the moment.
In other words, you hate studying and you won't practice.
Oh, looks like everyone's back to normal now.
Another day has been saved.
Alrighty then. Next up is... What were we after again?
The Key of Tides.
Will Rain and the Lawn succeed in their noble adventure?
Tama, hey! Who gave you permission to cut to a commercial break? Put us back on the air!
And now, back to the adventures of Lawn and Rain and Tama and a bunch of mirages and Lawn.
Oh, whatever. So, what are we doing? Anybody? Should we go pay one last visit to Celeste and Sid before we head out?
Keys, you say? A temple in the deep? Well, I believe I've heard of such a temple in the Besaid region, directly above us.
So, about this Besaid place.
It sounds like it's the continent that directly above us.
Good. We won't do any falling to get there.
Be whatever it's called, here we come!
No jokes about BO this time? Oh, good.
The town seems to be back on its feet. Still, how can they care so little? Do they not mind their home in chains?
Yeah, I guess they just don't care unless it's actively hurting them, huh?
It's worse. Some of the poor fools are even thankful for it. They think it's Bahamut that will keep them safe from vampires.
Maybe some people just think life under Federation rule is easier.
But is it truly easier? When Bahamut takes control, they promise you'll remain free. But that's not true at all.
What does that mean?
The whole catch about joining the Federation is that you're asked to become an architect. Someone willing to build a better tomorrow.
Okay, but how do they convince people?
Well, part of the appeal is that it gives you something to be proud about, but that's far from the only incentive. You see, once you're an architect, you get to live in a cathedral and perform your duties amidst the utmost luxury. You're kept far away from war and strife, never wanting for food, and free to live out the rest of your days in leisure.
Oh, dude! No wonder so many people are lining up for the job.
Sign me up for the pampered and well-fed crew.
Yeah, but don't you think it sounds a little too good to be true?
Exactly. Any sane person can see it.
Yeah. No one should fall for that stuff, right?
I can't imagine what goes through their heads.
But if you voice your suspicions or reject their luxury, the Federation pushes you right to the bottom. you become dead to the world.
Yes, we've seen them. People like that.
So no one wants to dig deeper or think harder about it. They nod their heads, oblivious to what it means. Better to take the less complicated path than justify it by only hearing the things you want to hear. It's truly maddening when you consider it. The consequences are right there, but they refuse to look.
Unfortunately, Celeste, there's a lot of people out there who don't know how to think things through. It was sad.
How very true. But hey, once you've made up your mind about stuff, it's not an easy thing to back down. Folks would say, you know, oh yeah, they'd say you lack confection.
Wow, Lon! That does sound like a soul-crushing dilemma. I wouldn't the one to give up candy.
I've heard some dumb things, but rate it on a scale of dumb to 10, that right there was the dumb Evan. Oh, and I think the phrase he was looking for, it's lacking conviction.
Oh, I knew that.
Oh, me too.
Then why did you say it?
You are a funny bunch.
Hey, there's only one weirdo around, and that's this guy.
Huh? But she said funny. And I am not weird.
Oh, you are both weird.
What?
Dude!
Yay! I'm the only one who's not the weird.
Oh, sorry. You're included.
What?
This is just... You there. What perfect timing. There are 2 special spell stones. Think...
You know, I meant to ask, how did you end up working here with Sid?
Let's just say Sid and I go back a long way. He's the one who hired me to protect Hometown. Of course, now, I stay for other reasons. Someone has to make sure he stays out of trouble. Over half the junk you saw in the train graveyard is stuff Sid destroyed on one of his rampages.
Wow, dude. I was wondering how it got piled up. That was Sid?
His mind shuts down, and he becomes a pathological collector who attacks anything he sets his sights on. There's no pattern to his targets, so he poses a real danger.
That sounds pretty rough.
So you see, someone has to keep an eye on him, or there's no telling what sort of damage he might do. Come by and visit.
By the by, do you buy into this so-called Crimson Prophecy?
You have to keep in mind that we remember almost nothing about Grimoire. Azure, Crimson, all this prophecy stuff, it just sounds like jibber-jabber to us.
Yeah-huh. This is my first time in Grimoire, too, so I don't get it either.
Yep. Sails over my head.
Yeah, well, Lon, entire Navy sail over your head.
I suppose that it's fine as long as you're taking it with a grain of salt, but do allow me to add a word of caution. You see, while this library contains every ancient book you can imagine, not one of them mentions anything about a Crimson Prophecy.
Wow. So even with all these books, you're still missing one?
No. Anything old enough to be called a proper prophecy would have to be in our archives.
Huh? Then why isn't it?
Indeed. I'm certain there's a good explanation, which we just aren't thinking of.
Hey, Sid. Since the town's got one of those anchor things, doesn't that mean you guys are a part of the Federation now?
Really? That would certainly be news to me.
Huh? What do you mean?
What do you mean? As far as I know, we drove those yahoos off. Whatever it was they thought they were selling.
So then what? They took over Tometown by force?
Huh? So the vampires were all part of some bigger the plan?
What? Oh, no. They would never. Yes, they would! When did the Federation become such thugs?
You mean it wasn't like that before?
Oh, well, they were certainly very coercive, but I've never heard of anything quite like this.
Well, we have. Bahamut sent a whole horde of goblins to invade Cornelia.
Really? Well, you don't say. That's just a little bit unsettling.
You look well. Not much has...
You do know those monocles you got there? I invented those some years ago.
What?
Wow, dude!
This was back before I got my new body. I was on a grand adventure to find new books, and I noticed that the towns I visited had just the strangest spatial distortions. I naturally suspected the presence of hidden bookshops.
For the record, that's not normal.
Well, anyway, I decided to make a lens that corrected the distortions. And when I saw a whopping no bookshops and a bunch of weird chains, I made a sad face and gave my dear monocle away.
How much of a bibbidi-file are you, anyway?
Later, someone asked how to make the lenses, so I generously passed the wisdom on.
And I guess those models found their way to Charlotta's Inn.
If you don't mind, I am very busy reading.
Chapter 18. The Fell Spell and the Quacho Queen.
Huh? That's not the usual train whistle.
Look over there. I think I see some lights that weren't there before.
That's the north of us! Maybe the train will take us to the upper the continent.
Hey, these tracks don't go anywhere.
Maybe they're doing construction.
No!
Huh? Not him.
Yes, me.
If the conductor is here, then the train must be up in the running.
But, like, how can it be in so many places? Who's cactuaring the other trains?
I'm everywhere my passengers need me. The nitty-gritty technical details are a trade secret.
Ha!
Nice try!
What are you So, Mr. the Conductor, sir, is the train running? Does it go to the upper of the continent?
Of course it does. Go on then, all aboard. But first, your tickets, please.
Ugh, my damn. Oh! I've heard the some mirages. If you find any mirages, you will. Ah! She's. And it's all thanks. This is for you.
Right. Go on then, all aboard. We would like to take a moment now to kindly remind all our passengers to remain in their seats facing forward. Please fasten your seatbelts at this time.
Seatbelts on a train?
What are they for?
Three, two, lift off!
Why does this world's transportation have to be so...
Huh? Whoa!
What? Wow!
Oh.
Aloha! And a warm welcome to the Empyreum.
Oh, I am loving this weather.
It makes me just want to laugh out loud. Ah!
I have no idea how to react to that, so I'm just gonna ignore you. Now, what do you say we have... Okay.
The sunken temple.
Okay, we've got a temple in the deep to find. Why don't we start by asking around?
Wait, I'm looking for some... It's kind of a family... Don't laugh. Anyway, you really helped me...
What? Well, it sounds like everyone's heard about the temple we're after.
Thing is, none of these people have actually been there.
What'd you expect? It's the Temple in the Deep. You think people would call it that if it was swimmable?
From the look of it, the train probably doesn't stop there either. Huh? Pantologist. Always here to assist?
Wow! A person that studies the pants? They think of the everything.
Yeah, pants must be serious business.
It's pantologist, dummy. The prefix is pan.
Cookware, huh? Neat.
Not those pans. As in all. Like they do a little of everything.
Oh. Well, if they do a little of everything, then maybe they can do a little of helping us get down to that sunken temple. Let's hit the pants!
Wait, Lon!
That looks like the place.
Now the test will surely end in success. Oh. Was I a quart of ingredients short?
Service, please!
Lon, ever heard of manners?
Who goes there? Oh my, I rarely cross paths with a giant pair.
So tell me, are you the Pan Mighty person from the ad?
Yes, that's the gist. How can I assist? The Sunken Temple?
Yes.
I don't know, maybe you could give us a magic spell, you know, something that lets us breathe underwater? Maybe some magic pants?
Breathe underwater. Whether it's gills or spells you want, a solution can be met, but the sea is its own kind of hell you're almost certain to regret. The currents will leave you blind, and it's so big you'll be bored out of your mind.
That's discouraging.
Well, hang on, we can handle a little certain regret.
Yeah. If you know a solution, then we'd really appreciate it if you could help us out.
So come on, please?
Well, if you're quite certain that that is your desire, perhaps you're just what I require.
Excuse me?
Excellent! We'll start with the dunce. You see, you can't do two total losers at once.
Can't breathe.
Lon! Hey, what's wrong? What did you do to him?
There. He simply can no longer breathe air.
Why not?
Oh, come now, darling, use your head. You wanted to swim like the fishes, you said. But a fish out of water is soon to be dead.
Are you some kind of murderer?
Oh my. After I do you a favor, this is how you choose to repay. My dear, don't make me angry.
Her magic power is the incredible! Rain, maybe you should consider the apologizing?
What? But I...
Wait, I can... Huh?
Hey, sis.
Oh, you've decided to awake. Well, off you go with these 2 flakes.
You got it. Whoa, what are you doing? No!
Whoa, check it out! We're in the ocean and we're actually breathing!
I hope you like it, because we can't breathe anywhere else.
Don't you worry. I've been to the Sunken Temple a bunch of times.
But, just a minute. Does this mean we can't return to Ninewood Hills?
Oh, You can still go the back there.
Hey, I didn't know you could breathe underwater too.
Don't go confusing me with your average mortal. I'm special.
Okay, but then why didn't you just go to the temple for us?
What? Are you the crazy? Every inch between us and that key is crawling with the mirage of mirages. I mean, a barrage of mirages. If you sit me in there alone, I'd get annihilated.
Sorry. So, did you mean it when you said that we could go back to Ninewood Hills?
Well, that place isn't just immune to the time. It can dispel the magic and other mystical manipulations. So, that means you can go back to Ninewood Hills without the choking to death.
Thank goodness. Although, I guess that means we won't be able to travel anywhere else, huh?
Let's just finish our dunk to the Sunken Temple, and... Wait, if we find the key, will we change back?
Oh, don't worry. Dr. Shantoto gave me the antidote to the curse.
What a relief. I thought we'd end up stuck like this. Wait, did you say curse?
Dude! Yeah, I mean, curses are the doc's specialty.
First we've heard of it.
Sorta. You see, the doc said, "Tell those twin losers the antidote costs, so bring me a Quattro Ruby or they can get lost." So good luck.
She said all that?
Twin losers? What? Where did she get off calling me a loser? Lon is the loser here.
You're mad about the name calling?
Question for you. What exactly is a Quattro Ruby?
Oh, good point. What is a Quattro?
A Quattro? Oh, there's some right over there. Their queen cries red tears, which are called Quattro Rubies.
Now I see. But those sound like they must be just about impossible to get.
True enough. They say she only sheds one tear every decade. The rubies go for at least 100 million gil.
100 mil?
I swear, that is the last time I ever consult a pantologist.
Hey, Tidus, how come you can breathe underwater?
Well, if you've tossed enough blitz balls around...
Huh? What?
I'll tell you about it some other time. Hey, there it is! Okay, I'll be waiting back at the surface. Good luck finding that Quattro Ruby!
Yep, got it covered!
Hey, just don't forget why we originally came here.
You know, if we found enough of them, we could all be filthy, stinking the rich.
Oh, I like your style, Tama. Hear that? we're gonna find a quatcho-zillion rubies.
I'll say it again. Don't forget why we're here. Let's just find the key, get the ruby we need, and trade for the antidote.
Rubies, rubies, baby, I wanna be a quatcho-zillionaire.